Dimitri here, filling in today. Erica is volunteering at a literacy program that ran long today, so the show rolls on without her, and the panel is ready to walk you through the topic. 2 lines on your pay stub take 7.65% of every dollar you earn before the deposit ever hits your bank. Not income tax, not your health plan. 2 separate lines labeled Social Security and Medicare that most people accept without ever learning what they actually fund or why they never stop. Last episode covered common tax myths. Today we pull apart those 2 lines completely.
Those 2 lines are collectively called FICA, which stands for the Federal Insurance Contributions Act. The breakdown is 6.2% going to Social Security and 1.45% going to Medicare. Added together, that is 7.65% of every dollar of wages covered under the law.
Here is the part most workers never see on their own pay stub. Your employer owes an identical 7.65% match on every dollar of your wages. That money never appears on your check because it never passed through your hands. But it is a real cost your employer pays on top of your salary every single pay period.
Good catch, Tobias. Today we cover the Social Security wage cap, why Medicare has no cap, the additional Medicare tax that hits higher earners, how self-employment tax works when you pay both halves yourself, and the 3 trust funds this money actually flows into. That is 6 concepts, and we are going to make every one of them land.
One thing that often surprises people is that FICA is legally separate from federal income tax. 2. Your income tax goes into the general treasury. FICA revenue is ring-fenced by statute and flows only into dedicated Social Security and Medicare trust funds. Congress cannot spend it on highways or defense without changing the law.
The Social Security portion of FICA does not apply to every dollar you earn without limit. In 2026, the Social Security wage base is $184,500. Below that number, every dollar of wages takes the 6.2% hit. Chaptry, EATSIC, ALOV, above that threshold, the 6.2% simply stops for the rest of the calendar year.
So once your wages cross that $184,500 line for the year, your pay stub changes. The Social Security line goes to 0, but the Medicare line keeps running at 1.45% on every additional dollar you earn, with no ceiling whatsoever. That asymmetry surprises a lot of high-earning workers the first time they notice it.
Picture a worker earning $220,000 a year, spread evenly across 26 bi-weekly paychecks. They cross the $184,500 threshold somewhere in November. From that point through the last December paycheck, the Social Security line on their stub is 0, but the Medicare line never changes.
Right, Sarah. The reason there is a wage-based cap on Social Security is that the benefit calculation is also capped. The formula that determines your eventual monthly retirement or disability benefit is based on your lifetime wages only up to that same annual maximum. Higher earners stop paying the tax at the cap because the benefit formula stops crediting additional earnings at the cap too.
Medicare works under a different philosophy entirely. The benefit it funds, hospital insurance, does not scale with your earnings the way a Social Security benefit does. Stick around through Scene 4 because what self-employed workers owe on top of this is something most freelancers do not discover until their first April filing.
There is a third Medicare layer that single filers earning above $200,000 run into. It is called the additional Medicare tax, and it adds 0.9% on every dollar of wages above that $200,000 threshold. So above $200,000, the effective Medicare rate becomes 2.35% rather than 1.45%.
The threshold shifts for married couples filing jointly. The additional Medicare tax kicks in at $250,000 of combined household wages rather than $200,000 per person. But here is where it gets complicated. Each employer withholds the extra 0.9% once your wages from that single job cross $200,000, regardless of what your spouse earns.
That employer-level withholding mechanic means some married couples overpay and some underpay during the year, Sarah. Imagine a couple where each spouse earns $150,000. Neither employer ever hits the $200,000 trigger, so neither withholds the additional Medicare tax, but the household has $300,000 of combined wages and actually owes it. They discover that surprise when they file.
People sometimes confuse the additional Medicare tax with a separate provision called the net investment income tax, which is also 3.8% but applies to investment income like dividends, capital gains, and rental income, not to wages. The net investment income tax is not technically part of FICA. Both can apply to a high earner simultaneously, but they are different animals under different code sections.
If your household income sits near any of these thresholds, the free IRS tax withholding estimator at irs.gov walks you through the math and tells you whether to adjust withholding on your W-4 or set aside additional estimated payments. That tool has prevented a lot of unpleasant April surprises for couples in the $200,000 to $300,000 income range.
When you work as an employee, your employer sends in their 7.65% match, and you never feel it. Right. When you are self-employed, you are both the employee and the employer. The self-employment tax rate is 15.3%, which is simply both the employee side and the employer side added together, 12.4% for Social Security, and 2.9% for Medicare.
There is a small built-in adjustment that keeps things factor analysis of information risk. Self-employment tax is not applied to 100% of your net earnings. It is applied to 92.35% of net earnings. That multiplier exists because a traditional employer deducts their 7.65% match before calculating your taxable wages, so the IRS gives self-employed workers a parallel reduction to mimic that deduction.
One thing that catches new freelancers off guard, Tobias self-employment tax is completely separate from income tax. CO.LUO both. A sole proprietor with $40,000 of net profit might owe roughly $5,600 in self-employment tax, plus their federal income tax on top of that, depending on their bracket and deductions. Treating SE tax as optional is how people end up with a devastating April bill.
Good point, River. The Social Security component of self-employment tax follows the same wage-based rule that applies to employees. Once your net self-employment earnings for the year reach $184,500, the 12.4% Social Security portion stops. The 2.9% Medicare portion keeps running without any cap, just like for employees.
Because no employer is withholding on behalf of a self-employed person, the IRS expects quarterly estimated tax payments 4 times a year. The first quarter deadline is April 15th, then June 15th, September 15th, and January 15th of the following year. Pitchy, missing those payments can trigger an underpayment penalty even if you pay everything in full by the following April. ASTA, always verify deadlines and safe harbor amounts with a CPA or enrolled agent.
Tank. Now let us follow the money all the way to its destination. Your FICA contributions do not go into a single pool. By statute, they flow into 3 legally separate trust funds, each with its own revenue source and its own designated beneficiaries. TIA, those 3 funds are known by their initials, OA, SI, DI, and HI.
UTH, each HELS, Odd Age and Survivors. I stands for Old Age and Survivors Insurance. The bulk of the Social Security portion of your FICA tax Most of that 6.2% flows into this fund. It pays monthly retirement checks to retired workers and their dependents, and it funds survivor benefits for spouses and children when a worker dies before collecting retirement benefits.
The DI Fund stands for Disability Insurance, and it is funded by the remaining slice of the Social Security payroll tax. It covers monthly disability benefits for workers who qualify under Social Security's definition of total disability before they reach retirement age. The DI Fund is historically the smaller and more financially pressured of the two Social Security trust funds.
The HI Fund, which stands for Hospital Insurance, is where the Medicare portion of your FICA flows, including both the standard 1.45% and the 0.9% additional Medicare tax on earnings above the threshold. HI specifically funds Medicare Part A, which covers inpatient hospital stays, skilled nursing facility care, hospice, and some home health services.
Each year, the boards of trustees for Social Security and Medicare publish detailed annual reports on the projected financial status of all three funds. Those reports lay out the projected trust fund depletion dates under current law. Reviewing those reports is the single best way to understand the long-term fiscal picture of the programs that your FICA contributions are funding every pay period.
There is one built-in tax relief mechanism for self-employed workers that partially offsets the sting of paying both sides of FICA. The IRS allows you to deduct 1/2 of your total self-employment tax as an above-the-line adjustment to income on your Form 1040. Above the line means you get this deduction whether you itemize or take the standard deduction.
The mechanics are straightforward. You complete Schedule SE to calculate your total self-employment tax, which appears on line 12 of that form. You then divide that total by 2. That resulting number goes on Schedule 1 as an adjustment to your gross income, reducing your adjusted gross income and therefore reducing the amount of federal income tax you owe.
One important nuance worth flagging: the above-the-line deduction reduces your income tax, but it does not reduce the self-employment tax itself. You still pay the full 15.3% on 92.35% of your net earnings. The deduction just makes part of that payment come back to you as lower income tax. 2. Think of it as the IRS acknowledging that paying the employer half is a real business cost.
For anyone navigating self-employment taxes for the first time, the Volunteer Income Tax Assistance Program at irs.gov offers free tax preparation help. A certified public accountant or enrolled agent can also model your exact numbers and make sure your quarterly estimated payments are sized correctly. The IRS helpline at 808-291040 is another starting point.
If you forget everything else in this video, remember this. Every working American pays 7.65% in FICA. Their employer pays a matching 7.65% they never see. Self-employed workers pay both halves at 15.3%, but get to deduct half back, and the money ring-fences into dedicated trust funds. Drop in the comments, did you know about the employer match before today?
Okay, it is quiz time. Peg, let's find out what's stuck. 2. Think through each question carefully before you answer.
Smash that like button and subscribe. It costs nothing, and it means everything to keep this series going.
In 2026, at what dollar amount does the Social Security portion of FICA stop being withheld from your wages for the year? The correct answer is B. $184,500. Wages above that amount are not subject to the 6.2% Social Security tax for the rest of the calendar year.
What is the self-employment tax rate, and to what percentage of your net self-employment earnings is it applied? The correct answer is A, 15.3%, applied to 92.35% of net self-employment earnings, reflecting the fact that self-employed workers pay both the employee and employer shares of FICA.
DRESs, no duration, falls says, what is the additional Medicare tax rate? And at what income threshold does it begin for single filers? The correct answer is D, 0.9% on wages above $200,000 for single filers. This is on top of the standard 1.45% Medicare tax, bringing the total Medicare rate to 2.35% above that threshold.
Every paycheck you have ever received has been silently funding 3 separate trust funds: retirement benefits through OASI, disability benefits through DI, and hospital insurance through HI. Knowing the exact splits, the wage caps, and the additional Medicare tax thresholds means you will never be surprised by a line on your pay stub again.
3 years from now, you will thank yourself for learning the difference between the Social Security wage cap and the uncapped Medicare tax before you started negotiating your next salary, because that knowledge changes how you read your total compensation picture.
Next episode, the one form that controls how much lands in your paycheck versus how much the government holds for 15 months, and why most workers have never updated it since their first day on the job.
Subscribe so you catch every episode in the Taxes series. We are walking through every corner of the system, from your first paycheck to an IRS notice, in plain language that actually sticks.
Keep studying.
The symptom is rarely the cause. Follow the flow. Take care.
Erica just sent a text. It says, exactly what I hoped for, nothing more.
Dimitri, signing off.